The samurai were around for hundreds of years, and they really shaped Japan. Their story begins way back in the Heian period, a time when powerful families fought to rule the land. Early warriors, called samurai, were great on horseback and with swords. Rich landowners hired them for protection. Over time, these warriors got more powerful and became a special group, loyal to their local lords. The Genpei War from 1180 to 1185 was a really important time for the samurai. The Minamoto family won, and that started the Kamakura shogunate, Japan's first army government. The samurai, who proved how good they were in battle, became the most important group in Japan. This started Japan's feudal period. During the Kamakura shogunate, the samurai did really well. They got land and special treatment for their service. Then the Mongols invaded in 1274 and 1281. Even though there were more Mongols, the samurai fought them off both times. This made them legendary. Later, the Onin War, from 1467 to 1477, started a very messy time in Japan called the Sengoku period. It was 100 years of fighting. Samurai families fought for control, and this led to new ways of fighting and new weapons. Then, in 1543, Portuguese traders brought guns to Japan. This changed everything. Traditional samurai fighting wasn't as important anymore, but the samurai were smart. They adapted and kept their power by changing how they fought. The samurai lived by a special code called Bushido. It was all about honor, being loyal, being brave, and having self-control. Bushido taught them to always do their duty and be ready to give up their lives for their lord. Young samurai trained really hard in martial arts, sword fighting, and planning battles. They also learned about art and culture because being refined was important too. Bushido taught them to be tough and to accept death. A true warrior, they believed, shouldn't be afraid to die. Bushido wasn't just for the battlefield, it changed how everyone in Japan thought and what they valued. Because they lived by Bushido, the samurai became role models for everyone in Japan. Their values influenced people for many years to come. The Sengoku period finally ended when leaders like Oda Nobunaga, Toyotomi Hideyoshi, and Tokugawa Ieyasu united Japan. The Tokugawa shogunate, which started in 1603, brought peace to Japan for over 200 years. The samurai didn't have to fight anymore. Instead, they became government workers, scholars, and artists. Even though they weren't fighting, they were still powerful and respected. But things started to change for the samurai in the mid-1800s, when an American, Commodore Matthew Perry, arrived. The Meiji Restoration in 1868 ended the samurai era. The feudal system and all the samurai privileges were gone, but even though their time was over, the samurai left a big mark on Japan. They influenced its culture, martial arts, and how people lived. Their story reminds us about the power of tradition, loyalty, and the spirit of a warrior.